Hi friends, you are watching Civil3d Pro Designer. Today we are going to start chapter number 9, that how to designing in Civil3d using corridor. In this chapter we will learn that understand the corridors, create an assembly, create a corridor, apply corridor targets, and create corridor surfaces. So in the first step we need to understand about what is the assembly. An assembly is a representation of cross-sectional geometry of the feature which we are designing. It establishes the overall shape of the cross section and distinguishes the areas within it. For example, a typical road cross section can have areas of asphalt, pavements, base materials, curbs, and sidewalk. So these all things combine in assembly to make typical section for the road actually. So in the first step we will create an assembly. In this exercise, it is our exercise number 9. So let's start our exercise. In this exercise, we will create an assembly that represent the cross section of the road of the proposed residential development, which we are going with a residential project. So we already have done profiles, alignment, surfaces, and now we will go with corridors and assemblies. As step number 1, open the drawing name, creating an assembly, which you can get that from the description link. If you are new on my YouTube channel, you must need to know that I have drawings in every video for the practice, so you can download them from description link. Step number 2, on the home tab of the ribbon. Here, if you are not currently on home tab, you must need to switch to home tab, and then you will see here assembly. Click create assembly, and create assembly dialog box will be open to you. Step number 3, in the create assembly dialog box, enter subdivision road. If you have not already this name, you must need to write subdivision road as a name. Then for code set style, here code set style we have here, you need to select all code with hatching. You have many more, but you need to select all code with hatching, and then click OK. Step number 4, click a point near the center of top right viewport to insert the assembly baseline. In this drawing we have 3 viewports, so we need to select area for the assembly baseline in the right top viewport. Click here, it will zoom to you to the baseline of assembly. Step number 5, on the home tab of the ribbon, click the tool palette icon here. So here you have tool palette, and you will click, it will open the assembly tool palette for you. Step number 6. In the tool palette window, right click the gray strip label tool palette here and select metric. You need to select here metric assemblies. I already select civil metric assembly. If you are working with imperial, so you must need to select civil imperial subassembly, but for now I am in the metric, so we need to select civil metric subassemblies. Step number 7. Click the stack of tabs at the bottom of the tool palette window. Here you have this tab bottom. These all are tabs which we will use to create our assembly for the road. Right click here and then click basic. Okay, here you have many more options, but now we will go with basics. So step number 8. On the basic tool palette, it is now your basic tool palette. Click basic lane. When you will click basic lane, you can read here select marker point within assembly or insert, replace, detach. Okay, so here you have properties dialog box for the subassembly which you are creating now. Step number 9. In the properties window, verify that side is set to right. We are going to add our right side, so we need to check it is side and it should be right. Yes, we have right. If you have any other left, so you can come back with right, and then click the marker at the midpoint of the baseline assembly. Here you can click, you can see a lane subassembly is attached to the assembly baseline, so it is showing the your pavements and structure of road actually. Step number 10. On the basic tool palette, click basic curb and gutter. Here we have basic curb and gutter. When you will select, it will pick the properties for basic curb and gutter. In the properties window, change the value for curb height. Here we have curb height. You can see you have many more properties which you can change according to your design. So you need to change here curb height. It should be 0.15. Okay. Click the upper right corner. Now you will need to go. Step number 11. On the lane assembly which we already inserted, and click on the upper right corner. Okay, when you will click, it will add the curb and gutter to your lane. Step number 12. Press escape. So it will end the assembly insertion command. Click the lane assembly and the curb assembly. When you will click, it will select it. Then you need to select the curb and gutter. Then click on the mirror on your contextual tab. Step number 13. Click the vertical red assembly base line. And you will click here. Both sides of the assembly now display a lane and curb assembly. So in this video you have learned that how can we create subassembly baseline and then the lane and curb for our road section. Step number 14, save and close the drawing. Hope you like this video. If you are new on my YouTube channel, please subscribe Civil3d Pro Designer. Here you are getting free training step by step with exercises for Civil3d, and you can also access my Facebook page Civil3d Pro Designer, where you can get many more material about Civil3d and land surveying.